right, glad to know you're there. Good morning to you, and it's a pleasure to be here on another edition of the Breakdown Newspaper Review, reaching live from our studio, 32 FM 94.9, the station that is filling the world with laughter. My name is OLUTAYO. OGUNADE. Good morning to you, dear listener.
My name is DELE ADEYANJU. Thank you so much for starting with us. I have three papers right here. I have the Nigerian Tribune, the Punch, and the Daily Post newspapers. Headlines from the Daily Post. Your son can never be Nigeria's president, Pastor Giwa tells Buhari. Alleged 114 million naira, weakest bribe for Rivers by-election results recovered, police report. Gunmen raking millions after kidnapping 57 Oyo residents. NANS 6 pardon for expelled Bauchi Varsity students. We are being marginalized, Ogun West leaders slam Abiodun. NSCDC gets new commandant in Plateau. Uzodinma to establish insurance policy for security operatives. Oshun FRSC to clamp down vehicles with defective lighting system. Groups laud federal government, Southeast leaders move to restore peace in troubled zone. Insecurity, Ganduje orders headcounts of herdsmen in Kano. Open grazing, I'm a herdsman, but I ranch my cattle, Benue Varsity lecturer. Kill those carrying guns before they kill you, Uzodinma to security operatives. Aweka replaces Kolawole as NSCDC commandant in Lagos. Kuru killings, Governor Lalong issues directives to police others. And Southeast is dot in a circle, but will gulp all anti-Igbo opponents, Ohaneze. And finally this morning, Buhari's comments on open grazing unfortunate, Shoyinka.
And from the Guardian newspaper, Nigeria orders for clinical trials on novel Lassa fever vaccine. Reps query missing $16 billion UNSA funds, $44 million Ikoyi loot. Igbo Congress warns against another civil war. Imo CP arrests 5 policemen for alleged extortion. South-South leaders deny any dot in the circle deal with Buhari. Ogoni youths give federal government 14-day ultimatum to fix a Leme bridge. Still from the Guardian, Yoruba elders restate support for Tinubu's presidential bid. Abga crisis deepens as splinter NWC sacks Oye, suspends 6 others. Buhari's leadership style hurting democracy, weakening national cohesion, says Aya. Still from the Guardian, let's go to the sports side. Deschamps praises France's fight and win over Germany. New AFN board won't make same mistakes, says Rosa Collins. From the business side of the Guardian, OPS berates CBN over businesses' poor access to 1 trillion naira intervention funds. G7 DFI's partners to invest over $80 billion in African businesses in 5 years. Investors seek stable business environment to forestall investment outflows. Let's see some more from the Guardian before we move to another paper. Let's see this one here. Rising prices weaken disposable incomes despite easing inflation. AstraZeneca cocktail trial fails as Nigeria gets another 3.92 million vaccine doses. One more from here. Group reminds Nigerians on NIN SIM linkage as June the 30th deadline nears.
Front page of the Nigerian Tribune, Lagos Assembly to investigate last week VC crisis. Twitter founder Dosi liable for NSAS losses. Federal government, we are clearing your rot. APC replies PDP justifies huge debt profile. Nogizets established grazing routes in Nigeria. Olanipekun with those riders. Land Use Act vests all powers on land and governors, not federal government. He adds, grazing reserves law of 1964 was applicable to northern region, Falana. Inflation pushed 7 million Nigerians into poverty in 2020. World Bank says unemployment fuels crime, insecurity. Fulani threat, tight security in Asaba, Agbo. Courts reopen after 2 months. Or your government moves beggars to resettlement center. Second batch of 3.92 million AstraZeneca vaccine doses expected in August. We may not guarantee regular services over rising insecurity. MTN. And finally, corruption. High-profile Nigerians after my life. EFCC boss.
From Daily Trusts, you were not elected just to obtain loans. Wike mocks Buhari over insecurity. You were not elected just to obtain loans. Wike mocks Buhari over insecurity. World Bank, 7 million Nigerians forced into poverty in 2020. World Bank counters federal government says 7 million Nigerians plunged into poverty. Tinubu returns from overseas trip amid death rumors. Buhari approves employment of dead NYSC member siblings. I've been receiving death threats. EFCC chairman. CBN to mint currency for the Gambia. Addressing security challenges requires joint efforts. Chief of Army Staff. Police rescue robbery attack victim in Akwa Ibom. Kidnappers hold district head release wives after 5 million ransom in Niger or in Niger, beg your pardon. Ogo vows to demolish houses harboring kidnappers. World Bank counters federal government says 7 million Nigerians plunged into poverty. I took that earlier. Let me take two more before we go to another paper. Buhari flags off NLNG train 7 targets, $10 billion investments. VIO hits by truck battles for life.
The Punch newspaper, stop offering bribes to our officers. CP tells Imo residents how Minister laundered $37 million through property deal. EFCC chair, we don't have Bakassi boys in Anambra, say Obiano. Police, Twitter ban, no platform should cause war here, says Lai. Military bombards bandits in northwest, north central forests. Reps confused as EFCC AMCAM fight on Diazani allies' assets. Yahaya faces screening. Reps want end to insecurity. Oshimbajo test rides locally assembled electric car, says innovation fantastic. Oyo uncovers couples among evacuated beggars in Ibadan. Women arrested for defrauding Osun politician of 2.6 million naira. Insecurity, stop shifting responsibilities to governors, Wike tells Buhari. And 3,000 Ondo teachers to get promotion. Panel's adjournment worries woman seeking justice for dead son. Also, Ekiti allays fans over soldiers' presence at government house. Infantry backs bill making payment of Wasi Neko compulsory.
And from Premium Times, inflation pushed 7 million Nigerians into poverty in 2020. World Bank, more than 18 million children exposed to toxic e-waste globally. WHO and COVID-19, Nigeria receive additional 3.92 million doses of vaccines. We'll go on a short break. We'll be back.
láti gòkè àgùnlà láyé èèyàn nílò ìtọ́sọ́nà ẹni tó mọ̀nà débi àṣeyọrí. FMH International HR àwọn ni gbajúgbajà akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ alárinà tó mọ ojúlẹ̀jà bá ti ń tọ́ni sọ́nà finimọ̀nà nípa bí gbogbo òǹwáṣẹ́ ṣe lè pàdé àwọn òǹgbanisíṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR alábàáṣepọ̀ gidi ni wọ́n jẹ́ pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group láti jùmọ̀ tọpinpin wàhálà táwọn ọmọlẹ̀ yìí ń kojú nídìí ìgbìyànjú ajé lọ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ international migration àti international labour activities.
ǹjẹ́ o tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o nílò ìmọ̀ tó jinlẹ̀ dáadáa nípa ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé láwọn pápákọ̀ òfurufú tó fẹ́ gbà sọdá sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí United Nations Volunteer Research Group pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ FMH International HR ń ṣe research lórí ẹ̀dùn ọkàn àti ìpèníjà tẹ́ ẹ bá ní. questionnaires táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ FMH bá fún yín lágbègbè yín lẹ́ ó ṣàlàyé ìrírí yín sí.
fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ kàn sí wọn ní 3rd and 9th floor Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn.
telephone 0817 4444 627
àti 08168737222.
With Airtel Home Broadband device, your home is connected and you all can focus on the important things in life. Enjoy the finer things in life in the Airtel HBB seasonal offer. Visit any certified Airtel shop to get a 4G MiFi at 9,999 naira plus up to 55 gigabyte bonus data, or router at 19,999 naira plus up to 160 gigabyte bonus data. Offer valid while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
32 FM
94.9.
Glad to know you're still there. 32 FM 94.9. That station that is filling the world with laughter. My name is OLUTAYO, OGUNADE. Thank you for staying tuned.
My name is DELE ADEYANJU. You're welcome.
Let's start from Daily Trust this morning. World Bank counters federal government, says 7 million plunged into poverty, and that's 7 million Nigerians. Barely 3 days after President Muhammadu Buhari announced that his administration has lifted 10 million people out of poverty, the World Bank said the rising prices of goods have pushed 7 million people into poverty. The declarations by the President and the World Bank came at a time the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, said inflation dropped by 0.19% in the month of May 2021, while there is an increased outcry among Nigerians to the high cost of basic needs of life like food, drugs, and others. From Daily Trust, World Bank counters federal government, says 7 million Nigerians plunged into poverty.
And there is a writer to that story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, says unemployment fuels crime and insecurity. So the World Bank is suggesting that until we fix the problem with employment, then we may not have an end to insecurity and crime issues in the country. All right, I move on to another story right here from the Daily Post. You are president to protect Nigerians, not just borrowing money. Wike mocks Buhari. Governor Yeson Wike of Rivers State has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to live up to his constitutional duty of securing the country. Wike said Buhari was not made president to borrow foreign loans alone, but to ensure the protection of Nigerians. He spoke at the commissioning of the 21 kilometers Odufo Akpoku Umoye Road in Eche, local government area of the state, on Tuesday. The governor also cautioned the president against shifting his role of protecting Nigerians to governors. The Punch newspaper actually reported that story from the shifting of responsibilities to governors. Stop shifting responsibilities to governors, Wike tells Buhari. Governor of Rivers State, Wike, says it is unconstitutional for the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, to shift his constitutional responsibility of securing lives and property of Nigerians to state governors. The governor, in a statement by his media aide, said the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces and cannot declare that governors are in charge of security in their respective states.
Also, the Dumo joins us on the program, and we'll be doing some analyses. Good morning to you, Austin Dumo.
Good morning, Tayo. Andele, good morning.
Morning, Austin.
Thank you.
All right, let's start from the very first story. World Bank counters federal government, says 7 million Nigerians plunged into poverty.
Yes, if you look at the poverty rate in the country, the figures continue to go upward. If you look at it for some time now, because of the economic situation and challenges within the country, we have people that are being plunged into extreme poverty almost on a daily basis due to hostile economic environment. The bone of contention was actually the 2020 figure. The World Bank officially puts it at 7 million Nigerians who, during the course of 2020, slipped into poverty. And that was largely occasioned by COVID-19 lockdown here and there. You discover that during lockdown, especially in Nigeria, because of the informal arrangement within the economy, you discover that so many people live on the go. On the go, I mean, is on a daily basis, daily wage earner. Yeah. So where there is a lockdown, where there's shutdown in the economy, these individuals will find it very difficult to make ends meet. And we also have a situation during last year where a lot of people lost their job, their means of livelihood, and that also added to their economic challenges within the country. So that is the bone of contention and the bottom line. So the government has also on one hand come out that, we have been able to live over 10 million people out of poverty within 2 years. If you look at those figures and you put them side by side, you discover that the people that slide into extreme poverty, even look at the period under review, you discover that there are more and more people who could not make ends meet as a result of the economic
if you're talking about poverty,
the
what is the poverty line? How do we suggest that somebody has dropped under the poverty line or below poverty line?
See, it's very easy. The World Bank, even the United Nations, put it at $1.5 per day. You know what $1.5 is today. As at the time of that computation, dollar was not what it is now to a naira. I know you understand what I mean. So if you look at it, there are people who barely can feed. That's the issue. You know, it is when you eat and you are okay that you talk about buying car, you talk about building a house or what have you. But we are talking about people who cannot meet their basic needs.
Let's do some calculation
of
here.
food.
Let's put a
where
dollar
did the federal government get our own data?
400 or 450.
Yes.
1.5 down. So let's talk around 700 naira per day times 30 days. How much is even the minimum wage in itself? And we have a lot of people having families, wives, or a wife, 2 children, or thereabouts.
Even the minimum wage, do you know that officially the purchasing power of the people has been further weakened?
So that means,
which means that
more than 7 million people are even living in poverty.
That is why we have said that even the World Bank figure will be a conservative figure at the end of the day. So there's no point deceiving ourselves. See, to know how hungry people are, to know the level of poverty in the land, let's finish this program and go to area like Bere. From here, poverty is in the eye of the people.
Mr. President said he
That's
has
the
lifted
issue.
a lot of people out of poverty.
See, the president need to show cause. You don't just have to make a blanket statement. The other time, I think the government want to justify his position earlier that they will lift over 100 million people out of poverty before the end of their government or within a period of 10 years. Let us just oppose it. Let us bring figure to the table. Look at the analysis that the World Bank has done. There are figures, there are data were collected, and you and I can also see the evidence on the street. You can even see the reaction, the frustration, or the life of the people on the street. That is what we are talking about. It's not just enough for the federal government to brand this figure and say we have lifted over 10 million people out of poverty. Nigerians on the street will even tell you that for the 2 years the Buhari administration is talking about, perhaps they have succeeded in making 10 million more people poorer. You understand? So that is the implication. Come up with figures.
Austin, why do we have so much poverty in this country? Do not forget, Nigeria is still the world headquarters of poverty.
Yes, that has not been lifted. And we have not done anything in the last 2 years that will gain that title. We have not done anything to ameliorate the plight of the people. If you look at the situation around town, things are becoming worse for the common man.
The World Bank suggests that it's about unemployment. Until we have good employment for good people, then crime rate will reduce.
So let's put it this way. What are the things we need to do to bring Nigeria or to end extreme poverty in Nigeria?
See, we need to first of all end insecurity. We talk about unemployment. When you provide job for the people, a lot of people will leave crime. Look at what Babagana Zulum said in Borno State. Boko Haram are giving people soft loan of as low as 5,000 to recruit members. You understand? That is a country where we have extreme poverty. That is a country where we have trillions and billions of naira ending in private pockets. That is where we find ourselves. Provide job for the people. Do you know if you solve the energy problem in Nigeria, a lot of people will be able to make ends meet on their own? Of course, government cannot provide us the job that we need in the country, but you need to create an enabling environment.
But the government cannot do it alone. Private individuals who are well-to-do are allowed to establish businesses, but the economic climate is not encouraging.
That is why we said an enabling environment must be created. A lot of people are running out of businesses in Nigeria today.
Is it about waivers? Is it about commissions? Is it about lifting some percentages on import and other things?
See, the issue of waiver is there. In Ghana, after the pandemic, the post-pandemic economy in Ghana, what they do is that they give incentive to manufacturers who import raw material into the country. But we, by our policy, we are shrinking manufacturers. They can't get forests, but this is a country that will make forests affordable for pilgrimage. For pilgrimage. Yet no special incentive for importers, for manufacturers, those who are exporting raw material for local production. That is the major problem that we are having in the country today. Ghana is driving incentive in their private sector through manufacturing today, and a lot of people are going there. Businesses are growing.
Also,
look at what taxation is like at the Nigerian port of entry, for example.
Checking insecurity. What other things do we need to do to end extreme poverty in this country before we move on?
Apart from checking insecurity, I talked about power the other time. Fix power, create job, turn Nigeria to manufacturing hub. Look at Lagos, for example. For last year, report has said that Lagos was the hub of construction in the country. Out of all the total number of bags of cement that was used in Nigeria, close to 30% of that went to Lagos. Create job, fight insecurity, create an enabling environment. There are some people who can employ 2, 3, 5, 50 people, but by the time the economic environment is very hostile as a result of policies and programs of the government, what do you care for? Look at what they have brought about now on the tariff for clearing of vehicles. That, we do no longer have
Tokumbo.
Yes, we do no longer have interest in Tokumbo. Dele, between you and I, Tayo, how many Nigerians can afford a brand new car
When
today?
we buy Tokumbo, we do Thanksgiving, you know.
Yeah,
Of course. How many Nigerians can afford that?
We put it on Facebook.
So rather
Celebrate
than
with me.
using policies and programs to make life more meaningful for the people, the federal government is driving policies that will further shrink the people. These are issues that we talked about. Fixed power sector, for example, we have one of the largest power deficit, energy deficit across the whole world. So let the government resolve this issue, tackle insecurity. People can no longer go to their farm, and we are talking about food insecurity in the country.
It is not
So
impossible.
these are the challenges.
China did it. Indonesia did it. We can do it.
We can do it.
It borders on leadership. Let's move on. Yoruba elders. They are in the news. Restate support for Tinubu's presidential bid. The Yoruba Council of Elders, YC, yesterday said it was in support of power shift to the southwest in the 2023 presidential election, adding that if Tinubu gets the tickets of his party, it will support him. Yes, Tinubu is back in the country.
Yes, he had to get the support of his party. Before the news broke yesterday that he has come back to the country, there's another news that was flying around. That was later discovered to be a fake news. Now the Yoruba Council of Elders, they are coming out to say that, if he gets the presidential ticket of his own party, we don't have a choice than to support him. They're saying that ọmọ ẹni ò kì í ṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ kákólẹ̀ kẹ̀sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì. That means no matter how bad your child is, he's still your child. You have to favor your child before you consider an outsider. So, but one of the major challenges is that within his own political party, he has to first of all be nominated. He has to first of all be thrown up by his political party as a result of whatever mode of primary that they want to put in place. But as I speak to you now, there are a lot of contending forces with the ambition of former Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A lot of people, even within the APC top echelon, they don't want him to get the ticket. That is why you see the issue of zoning or no zoning. Of course, we are all human beings. People renege in their promises. Even if we make a gentleman agreement, there's every tendency that people will renege on that particular promise. Of course, that is their political party thing. There are other parties in Nigeria, but thank God for the clause, the condition that this particular group has attached to that particular story, that if he gets the ticket of his party, we may have no choice than to support him. He's politicking, so let's see how it goes at the end of the day. But whether power should shift, of course, I agree that power should shift to the southern part of the country. Whether it will go to the southeast, I do not know for now. But power, obviously and honestly, for the principle of fairness and equity, should come back to the southern Nigeria.
All right. In other news, Austin, I have this report here. The other time, Mr. President said he reads the dailies. He tends to newspapers and gets information. One of the interviews over the other weekend. But now, what we have in the news today, I don't know if they read at all. There is this report here that says that Twitter ban, Nigeria loses 24.72 billion naira in 10 days. If Nigeria loses this amount of money, do you think it's still worth it to place a ban on Twitter. And in another related news this morning, Twitter founder DELE liable for NSAS losses. That's a statement from the federal government. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's from Lai Mohammed.
Yeah, I have it here too. Vicariously liable for the losses Nigeria suffered during the NSAS protests.
Yes, you know, the other time I painted the picture that it was not just because the post by Mr. President was deleted by Twitter that held Twitter indefinite suspension in Nigeria. It was the activity of the NSAS because the Nigerian government was embittered against Twitter at that particular point in time. Then after that, Twitter deliberately had to cite its location in Ghana, bypassing Nigeria, citing human rights. As far as the federal government was concerned, that was like an indictment against the government. So now, any little attempt, any little mistake, you know, there's a way you transfer aggression. When somebody has done something very big, you might look away. But when it is something small, you have to accumulate everything together and wage the big stick. Of course, the government shouldn't have even banned Twitter outrightly in the first instance. There should have been a room for engagement. Right, the international community highlight some of the major roles that you think Twitter has played that is detrimental to the government of the country. And let us start the conversation from there. Outright ban without looking at the cost and economic implication of it, I think it looks as if the government is not very sensitive to the plight of the people. Because whether we like it or not, some people earn their living from this particular micro-blogging platform. You know, the other time we were discussing that, do you know how much it takes or how much sacrifice goes into people having followers on Twitter, and now you have outrightly disbanded them, not even warning, not even like maybe suspension for 1 week or for a few days, let's engage and what have you. So that is why we talked about sensitivity on the part of
government doesn't seem to be backing
government is not bothered about it. Whether you lose your job, it does not concern them. Whether you have a means of livelihood, that is not the type of government that we want in the country. Of course, all these options will have been put on the table. What are we going to do?
Professor Wale Soyinka, I'm not sure he has a Twitter account, but he just said that Twitter ban in Nigeria indicates federal government is enemy of democracy.
Look, free speech. Of course, I've said it time without number. Twitter also has its own challenge because in the case of the federal government, except we want to deceive ourselves, Twitter actually maintains double standard. Of course, you can use that to raise a petition against that particular outfit, and that will be dealt with at the international level, not just as a way of coming because a post was deleted or what have you, and you decide to shut it down completely, not minding the business implication and the adverse effect that will cause on your economy in terms of ripple effect.
But do you think at the end of the day Twitter will bother itself if the ban is lifted or not in Nigeria?
Of course, Twitter too should be bothered because Twitter outfit is also losing funds.
Do we need a form of control?
See, whatever control, we have always said
not just for Twitter now.
Yes, on social
Alone.
media. Social media.
Okay.
Regulation for social media, in one way or the other, will trample on the fundamental human rights of the people. It will amount to pure and applied gagging. That is what it will look like. Because Lai Mohammed made the statement that suggests the fact that other social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc., we have to not only register with the Corporate Affairs Commission, we have to also come under the Nigerian Communication Commission. They are not like mobile telecom
just an argument.
Operators.
We cannot say in the name of freedom allow, for instance, Boko Haram and bandits access, Twitter and some other social media platforms to propagate their agenda. According to Lai Mohammed, he says Twitter has become a platform of choice for a particular separatist promoter.
See, a particular separatist promoter, when they talk about, you are talking about bandit and Boko Haram. They are not looking at it from that angle.
Okay.
When they talk about separatist promoter, the people they are talking about. That's the truth. See, the idea of Boko Haram, bandit, shooting video and what have you, that is why I said there should have been a constructive engagement on the part of the government. Call them to the table. This is what we want. This is what we don't want. But in my view, I don't think you can treat over the top communication network, online platform, like the regular and conventional media or communication telecom that you have in the country. So the government should look for a way around it. I don't think this suspension should linger any longer. Let federal government see anything they can do. Let's leave our ego. Let's consider the masses. Because when we talk about purposeful leadership, you no longer consider your interests alone.
Are you sure there is actually a ban? Government officials are tweeting. Governors are tweeting.
Of course, in the face of the law and in the face of the government, Twitter has officially been banned in Nigeria. But we have also
been banned.
Yes, we have also seen some prominent religious leader to say no.
If you are saying it has officially been banned, are you saying that those people tweeting could be arrested?
See, I'm not the one who said it. Lai Mohammed has said it, that those who are even Attorney General of the Federation, that those who are still tweeting are liable to prosecution.
Yeah, but later he changed the statement that it doesn't mean it that way.
Yes, when some people were involved, we have some prominent religious leaders, and they were asked and say, oh, look at the name of so people. Are you going to prosecute them? And these top religious leaders have come out to say no. According to the UN Charter on People and Human Rights, it is allowable under the law, international convention which Nigeria signed, and our religious body does not exist in Nigeria alone. That is just for the purpose of an argument. So for me, we can't take this further. Let the federal government bury its ego, engage Twitter. We might not outrightly regulate, because if you want to regulate outrightly, but I also feel that certain content must be checked. If you have a rule, your rule must be looked into. And if there are complaints as a result of this rule, you must act decisively. Not when it affects some people, you act. When it affects some people, you weigh it down. Because the government will see you as expressive biases.
YouTube is doing well in the areas of checking for videos that contain violent graphics and all that. But there should be a level of control, actually, from the side of the owner of the cyberspace or whatever.
Yes, we are looking at regulation and control from the side of the platform, not even the government. Because if government want to control, it will take away or trample on the fundamental human right of the people. Video content is quite different from a written content. You understand? Because of the number of followership and what have you, it may extremely be very difficult to monitor on individual basis.
Facebook does it.
That I know. That is why organizations like Twitter have said, once there is a complaint that a post is controversial, we are going to bring it down. But what the federal government has said in form of accusation is that there have always been complaint, persistent one, on the part of the federal government against certain elements who are bent on making provocative statements, bringing posts that can divide the country on the platform of Twitter, and you kept quiet. When the president now remember his Biafra war, you now brought it down. So what is good for A should also apply to B.
From this commercial break, we'll look at the dots in the circle statement of Mr. President. We'll be back.
With Airtel Home Broadband device, your home is connected and you all can focus on the important things in life. Enjoy the finer things in life in the Airtel HBB seasonal offer. Visit any certified Airtel shop to get a 4G MiFi at 9,999 Naira plus up to 55 GB bonus data, or router at 19,999 Naira plus up to 160 GB bonus data. Offer valid while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
iléeṣẹ́ Novesola wọ́n ní kí n sọ fún ọ pé tòjò tẹ̀rùn gbogbo àkókò ńlẹ̀ dá ádámà nílò náà yàtọ̀ sí náà dògán tá a fi ń sun bọ̀ọ̀lì lábà oko àgàgà yín náà sólà tó ń gbàgbára láti inú òrùn tó bá gbọ́ Novel sólà ní ó tẹ̀lé iléeṣẹ́ Novesola wọ́n ti wà ní sẹpẹ́ fún pèsè àwọn èròjà sólà lẹ́lẹ́kàǹkà inverter solar panels and batteries solar kit láti tanná láti charge battery gbọ́ rédíò kọrin jẹ̀gbádùn àti láti tanná ẹlẹ́yin bíi 2 sí 3 solar fan tó ń gbé fan láti tanná sùn dẹ́kun ẹ̀fọn amáranini ṣokùnfà àìsàn ibà solar floodlight fàyíká ilégbèé àtòpópónà fún sàìmọ́lẹ̀ solar freezer láti ṣe nǹkan jíjẹ mímu lọ́jọ́sí kómi síta fún oníbàárà solar CCTV camera ẹlẹ́yinjú àsáfàbò nílé iṣẹ́ àtọ́fíìsì solar water heater tí sọmi tútù di gbígbóná solar water pump tó lè fami gòkè ní kànga energy saving appliances DC bulb DCTV DC fan tó ń gbàgbára náà sára bẹ́ẹ̀ làkànṣe solar product wà fún dókítà lecturers farmers tailor àtàwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù káríkárí Novesola kan náà ń lo kájú ẹ̀ kàn sí wọn bó rajà lólulẹ̀ iṣẹ́ wọn tó wà ní Akíndélé plaza ìdójúkọ Adamasingba stadium Mọ́kọ́lá Ìbàdàn tàbí lẹ́ka ilé iṣẹ́ wọn tó bá súnmọ́
081-8776-6005.
Novesola ló mójútó solar.
Hey, why did you put it in the pot like that? You're supposed to break it first.
Says who? This is how I cook my pasta. Besides, it's golden penny pasta. It's non-sticky, so it doesn't matter.
But I want to cook it with meatballs mixed with pepper sauce and cheese.
Go ahead and enjoy your golden penny pasta just the way you want it. Golden penny pasta is made with durum wheat, which contains protein, and it's non-sticky, so you can cook, serve, and eat just the way you want it. With golden penny pasta, your way is best.
When you haven't used your SIM for quite a while, you start to worry. You start to calculate the last time you recharged, or the last time you got a call on that line, or a credit alert, or even just a flash. But thanks to Glow Always On, you can rest easy and never worry about any of that. Because with just 500 naira, you stay connected to the Glow network even if your SIM is inactive. Just dial *777# and select Always On to subscribe.
Glow Unlimited.
Welcome back, 32 FM 94.9. Breakdown newspaper review. Leaders of thought from the South-South geopolitical zones have berated President Muhammadu Buhari over his dot-in-a-circle statement and his assertion that some South-South leaders told him they wouldn't let Indigo access the sea. Yes, it's from the Guardian newspaper.
Yes, I think some people, especially from the South-South, look at the president's comment as divisive, as unpresidential, like a divide and rule tactics. How could the president, who is elected to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, make such a statement? You make statements that can placate the people, statements that can make people to surrender their agitation. What we are asking for is a Nigeria that works. By using IPOB to represent the entire Indigo, I think is something that is uncalled for, because there are a lot of Igbo people who do not believe in the Biafra agitation, who believe that we are still one Nigeria, we can be one Nigeria. The only thing we want is a Nigeria that works for us, a Nigeria that creates equal opportunity for all. So I think it's a good thing that the South-South leaders of thought are coming out to say now, no, because what the president painted in that interview when he referred to a dot in the circle shows that perhaps some leaders of the South-South have come to him, either privately or somehow, that, oh, just leave this Southeast. We are not part of their agitation. That was what he meant by they won't allow them to access the sea. This is divisive. This is uncalled for. That is why I want to go back to the vice president's statement on Monday that we need a leader that can unite the country. There must be unity in the country.
The Southwest, the South-South, the Southeast must be together.
Yes, we must come together. We must see ourselves.
By extension, as united with the North.
Yes, united with the North. We are better together. I still believe that. But we need a detribalized president, a detribalized leader, a leader that will not see some people as his own and see some other people as enemy. A leader that can bring everybody together. And at the end of the day, we address our socio-economic problem on a common front, rather than leader making statements that suggest that, oh, I belong to some people, I do not belong to the other people. So this is the major issue. So President Muhammadu Buhari should, in the days ahead, seek how to bring people together. Go and check the mind of those people that are agitating. What they are agitating for, they are agitating for a Nigeria that can work. Not necessarily that, oh, we must go at all costs. But if we are going to be together, we must define the tenet of our coming together. That is why people are asking for restructuring. That let's restructure Nigeria. The restructuring will better capture the Nigeria project and drive all inclusiveness in terms of grassroots development and what have you. So this is what we are asking for. He's no longer the president of his party. He's no longer the president of where he's come from. He's the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We open the phone lines now, 0809 7000 949 0705 5,949. There's an analysis here of Lawan, the leadership of Lawan and the National Assembly. Nigeria's Senate continues norm of delaying, abandoning crucial reports. That's what we have here from Premium Times. All right, we take our first call here, 009 7000 949 009 7000 0705 500949.
FM
94.9.
tèmi ó dẹ̀ rọrùn fún mi láti máa ṣorin fún yín ṣùgbọ́n ṣé mo kó tó tún rọrùn fún mi jù láti ṣe àsopọ̀ NIN mi àti ẹ̀ka ìpè Glo mi mo lè mú ẹ̀rọ ìpè mi kí n sì tẹ *109*NIN# tàbí kí n pe 109 lórí ẹ̀ka ìpè Glo mi kí n sì tẹ̀lé àwọn ìfilọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ tí kò bá wù mí láti pè mo lè tẹ àtẹ̀ránṣẹ́ NIN mi sí 109 mo lè kàn sórí gloworld.com/NIN pẹ̀lú íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ayárabíàṣá mi tí kò bá sún mi tí ò rẹ̀ mí mo lè yà ní ẹ̀ka Glo World tó súnmọ́ mi jù tó bá dẹ̀ ti gbàgbé NIN rẹ̀ tẹ *346# láti rí gbà padà ẹlòmíì lè béèrè wípé tí n bá ní NIN kọ́ kò burú Glo jẹ́ igi lẹ́yìn ọgbà ẹ̀ nítorí o lè yan fandawọ èyíkéyìí Glo World tó súnmọ́ ẹ jù kó sì ṣe forúkọsílẹ̀ ìrọ̀rùn ló bá dé má jẹ́ kán já ẹ̀ka ìpè Glo rẹ o nítorí àwọn àǹfààní tó pọ̀ sí ìpè àti dátà látọwọ́ Glo àti so NIN rẹ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ka Glo rẹ ó rọrùn gidi kò léwu ọ̀fẹ́ ni kò sì ní wàhálà rárá.
Glo Unlimited.
Give me my Kellogg's, world's #1 cereal. I love my Kellogg's, world's #1. Give me my Kellogg's, world's #1 cereal. I love my Kellogg's, world's #1. Oh, oh, Kellogg's, oh, oh, #1. Oh, oh, Kellogg's is world's #1.
Enjoy the world's #1 cereal, Kellogg's, today.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
And the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Home. There's something about it. From the feeling of peace and serenity.
Bros. Why so deep? Home is anywhere the Airtel Home Broadband is. That's all.
Enjoy more data than before on Airtel Home Broadband. Get a router for 25,000 naira with up to 160 gigabyte and a MiFi for 12,000 naira with up to 55 gigabyte. Reliable home broadband by Airtel, the smartphone network.
32 FM
94.9.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. Chief Agbemi.
Bless you. Agbemi and Olafemi Badan. You see, I did not see anything wrong in what Twitter has done. They are not wrong at all by removing the tweet of the president, President Buhari, because it is not patriotic. Twitter always acted on the information at their disposal. It is not about double standards. Even at that, it is not enough for the federal government to ban it in Nigeria. That is not a good governance. That is for that. Secondly and finally, you see, you said the elders said they will support Tinubu if the party nominate him. I don't even believe the party will nominate him. And I will tell you now that in a few days, there will be a rejoinder. That the elders of Yoruba did not say that. You see, the idea that the Omeni Onise Dibebere is not flying again. It is not working again. If the D or the bottom is not fit for the Ileke, you use the Ileke for another ID. We have other Yoruba that can be fitted for that job. for the presidency if it must come to the southwest. But I believe it must go to the southeast.
Thank you. 009 7000 949 0705 5000 949. Good morning to you. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please speak out.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Sabi. I'm calling from Monia. Hello. Hello.
Go on, Abe. Let's have your.
You see, the information Mr. we always say the federal government has uncovered social media with which this or whatever. Why is their own uncovery particular to anything that concerns the government? How our looted money are being looted? They will not tell us how the federal government is unraveling something. How these people have scattered all our forests, killing innocent people. They will not unravel or cover. How things are going on in this country against the general citizenry. They will not say they have uncovered. Why should in short, this government is biased. Information minister ought not to be coming out every morning to be telling us how they uncover whether Twitter, whatever. That is not the issue of ground. They should uncover how insecurity has really is about to put Nigeria down this time around. I don't want to hear the lost issues of uncovery, which to me it is not called for. That is hate speech against Nigerians. Have a nice day.
Right. Thank you for your call there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Ufemi from Oyo. I want to throw the line of the last speaker about one. The issue, we have to face the reality now. This is not a matter of former enemy to be better at this particular point in time. If we don't want to say some things on here, we know the atrocity that most of these leaders, they are the one that caused the problem we are facing. And we now be saying we still be supporting them dogmatically. That era has gone. We know either the Union Fan, either the Topla Sakinin, and many other issues. Now, this time we look for somebody who is fit for that place, who can take us to our Canaan land, and not always that we see the enslaving us that we cannot be able to talk. God help Nigeria.
Well, thank you for calling. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Joseph will not accept me public God. What I want to see is whatever anybody likes, you should say. Me, I'm part of those people that will support Tinubu by the grace of God. If you like, go and bury yourself and die.
All right, 0705 5000 949 0809 7000 949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Dele, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. John from Ibadan. Now, you see the last caller now, the way he put it, if that kind of a person happened to be a leader, that is how he will act. Now, human being made peace. If we are looking for peace, it will not be for this time of this very government. We pray for a better government that will come because we cannot learn how to use their left hand at the old age. That is it. Now, Obiano, governor of Anambra State, said that Bakassi is not operating in Anambra. Now, who is lying? Who is fooling who? Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. My name is Adeshu Yamanala from UI. On the statement credited to the YCE, even if you go to support someone like Tinubu, what of if the other party presents a Yoruba person? And let me ask the question again. Do you want to return to the era of presidency again without continuing? That's number one. Number two, and finally, on the issue of Twitter ban, you cannot blame the president on things like that. Let's blame the southerners that they know the value, they know that our people are used here, they make millions of naira from using social media every day. I come to think of it, does Buhari really know the meaning of Twitter? That's the best of today.
0705 500949 0809 700949. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please, can you speak out?
On the issue of I'm Comrade from Joshua.
You need to speak out,
Hello?
Mr. Comrade.
On the issue of YC, I think they are not being fair. How would they want to they want Yoruba people to support Tinubu? What has it done? What has been their reaction in this day about this government and the people?
All right, 009 7000 949 0705 500949. That is the line to call to drop your comment on the program. Also, the Dumo. Well, you heard what some of the callers have been saying. I think I have a call here before I get your reaction. Hello. Okay, dropped. Yes, on. All right, there's one here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ogunade.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my other analyst there.
Morning, sir.
I want to talk about the cattle route, the so-called cattle route that was implemented at the and the Land Use Act of 1978. I don't know how Malame will want to do. Maybe he will be given the right to delete the constitution. Maybe he has the right. I don't know. And it's another failure again. It's a furtherance of attempts to impose a cattle colony, Ruga, water resources bill on us. And it's going to fail again. But I want to encourage our leaders, especially our governors and our opinion leaders, to raise their voice against land grabbing in our land. And personally, the reason why I will not support Tinubu is because he's not speaking up for his people. Everything he has been doing high service, and also he has a tendency of godfatherism. All the governors under him are not talking; they are not speaking up. That's why killings, that's why land grabbing attempts. So that's why many people will not follow Omani Osodibaboro. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your call.
Yes. He has to be nominated by his party. That was what the council of the group that spoke, that was what they said. That he's nominated by his party and some people support him does not translate to winning the presidential election.
But he has a right to contest.
Of course, he has a right to contest.
He has a right to move to any party.
He has a right to move to any party. He can contest
and
anywhere.
we also have a right to vote for him or not.
To vote for him or not.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I am John in Crossing. Thank you. Listen to me. You see, before 2015 presidential election, the Olusegun Obasanjo has won that the Major General Muhammadu Buhari will do well on security, but he said that when you talk of economy, that he will not manage the economy well. And so, let me tell you that the government campaign to fight poverty, or the government that campaign to fight poverty has beaten poverty. The government that claims to be fighting corruption made the war the silliest date in Nigeria's entire history. The government that rose to power on the promise to fight insecurity, to the extent that he promised to root Boko Haram on that security problem in the country. Dr. Lawan, the president of the Senate, lamented that the country has not experienced the tires of the current insecurity since the end of the Civil War. He said this at the 44th Nigeria Army Reference Hospital in Kaduna when he visited the hospital as part of activity marking the second anniversary of the Senate. And so what are we talking? Are you surprised by the economic situation of the country? If you are, I am not. I'm turning it off.
All right, 0705 500949. Now we can still take 2-3 more calls. 0809 700949. You would say something, Austin?
Yes, I said on the issue of Tinubu, we should not belabor ourselves. It's a matter of choice, and it's also a matter of time. All the Yorubas cannot come together to support one man.
And some people are suggesting that Akinwumi Adesina should be beckoned on to come and...
Let's see how it goes. It's a matter of time. Southwest did not support Obasanjo in 1999, and he won the election. So, if God says it, I don't know.
Hello, good morning. Hello. All right, so I'll move to the other line. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. My name is Dr. Mark.
All right.
Hello.
Mr. Austin, good morning. I enjoy your advice.
Good morning, sir.
Well, it is telling us, what is happening presently is telling us that we are more divided now than ever before. Honestly speaking, if Nigeria would ever remain one country, some statement has to stop. And every one of us need to come together and stop this particular president from uttering certain statements that will keep inciting ethnic war. How would you say a tribe is a dot in a circle? You listen to that. Who will be happy hearing such a thing? And yet you want to maintain one common Nigeria. You want Nigeria to be one? These people you call a dot in a circle, maintain. I state that the more that I know about them, they are still the one holding on to the commerce of this country. Most of the things that we are using, that we are still making use of, that is accessible today, are still being brought to this country by the Easterners.
They have an identity, and so referring to them as a dot in
of course,
a
that was completely unpresidential. It was uncalled
for. Sounds offensive.
Yes, it sounds divisive too, for you to classify an entire tribe as a dot in the cycle. So what you are saying is that they really matter, and you can do without them.
Hate speech?
Of course, something like that. This is what I feel we should have talked about, rather than people talking about, I will support Tinubu, I will not support Tinubu. You know, anything that clashes with politics, politics always.
But let's not forget that Mr. President is human too, and no one is above error.
Yes, Mr. President is human. No man is infallible. But as a president, as a leader, you choose what you say.
And once he makes any mistake and people backlash him, then it should be settled.
That is the office.
Has he come out to say he's sorry?
He has not come out to. All the interview.
It's Agbalagba now, and you know Agbalagba won't say I'm sorry. So
Dele, all the interview he granted recently, they all boils down to the fact that he supports what his media aides have been saying.
Yes,
he has not said anything to counter them.
My take home from the interviews is that Mr. President is not saying that he knows what he's doing.
According to Ruben Abati.
Well, according to what I saw in the interview.
But based on the situation on ground, the president really need to do more. If he know what he's doing, he has to double his effort. But I doubt if he really know some of the challenges facing the country, because we must sort out the problem once and for all. Economy, security, hunger, poverty, and what have you.
My name is Dele Adeyanju. Thank you.
I am OLUTAYO OGUNADE. Good morning.
Ìkànnì Adẹ́rìn-Pòṣónú.
32 FM. The Pioneer Joy Station.
32 FM.
The station admired by other radio stations.
32 FM.
One tagline is never enough. 32